Hello, you guys. Welcome back to a brand new episode. And today, I managed to catch this girl before she goes back to Germany. Timur, Gabriel.
Consider yourself lucky.
I have to say this. Welcome to Head Over Heels.
Thanks.
I'm so lucky.
It's because I'm head over heels for you. That's why I'm here, you know? I'm excited to get the sauce in.
I need your sauces.
I don't even know what you're going to ask me. So I'm like, okay, let's just, I'm ready for it.
That is the whole point.
I got my phone here in case my lawyers, if I need to call them, I'm ready.
Oh my goodness. Oh, dude. I think, okay, for those of you who have no contacts, I'm sure you guys know who Timur is. You guys have seen her content, but how are we fucking friends?
It'd be so awkward if they don't know me. Don't say
No.
that.
I'm
It's
quite
so
sure a
awkward.
majority of them know. Even if
Okay.
they don't, they'll be checking out, and then I'm sure they know. Quite sure.
Okay.
But how do we become friends? Do you remember?
I feel like, so we have a mutual friend, Mark OD, right?
Shut up.
Funny, but not as funny as I am. Because he was a television host on the ATV Quickie.
And so were you.
He got me on.
Oh,
so
he did?
Yeah, there were like a bunch of people auditioning for it, and he kind of just like shortcut me in. And they made me sing. Like I was singing like Night Changes by One Direction really awkwardly. There's a tape of this somewhere online. I got that. And then he introduced me to all of his friends in the industry, and you were one of them.
Oh, yes.
You were one of those friends, right? So it was you and a bunch of other people.
Yes. And we had this group chat.
Yeah, the Lok Lok
Oh
gang.
my God, we gotta say
Lok
it
Lok
out
gang.
loud.
Sorry, no, it has been inactive for like the past 8 years. But
I would
whatever.
like to remove myself from it. Am I out of it?
But now that you say, I'll kick you out. Don't worry, I can do it for you.
Are you admin?
No, I don't think I created this account.
Yeah, so we used to have this group chat where we have like a bunch of us in the group that's all like trying to make it in the
I
entertainment
know.
industry.
We were so young. How old were you? How old,
I think I was 22.
I think I was about the same age.
Yeah,
A bit
this is a
younger,
long
maybe.
time ago. We're not revealing our age, but like a long time ago.
21 right now. I'm
we're
21.
Like I'm 21 too.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's how we became friends. And then you left.
Sorry.
You disappeared for a little bit. I'm like, where the hell is Timur? Like,
Ghosted.
can't even catch up. Like, she's not even here.
I honestly speaking, like I was at that stage where I kind of felt like there weren't enough opportunities for me here. At the same time, I didn't really know exactly what I'm good at. So I'm the kind of person where when it comes to like work and ambition, right? I don't do things that are, okay, guaranteed it's going to work out, like if you're a doctor or if you're a lawyer, especially if I don't have the skill set for it. I also don't do the things that I like. That's not something that I would do professionally.
You don't do things that you like.
No. If I like something, it can be a hobby. But if I want to capitalize on something, it has to be a skill. And I didn't know what the skill was yet. You know, at the time I was working at, my last few years, I was working at APW in Bangsar.
Yes, I remember this.
Yeah.
Wait, is this how you met Daniel?
Which one? Woodruff?
Yes.
No.
Because he was working there too, no? Was he not?
Yeah, he got me that job, actually.
there
But
we go.
I met him like for the ATV Quickie. That's a whole other story, but that's how I got him in as a guest, actually. Same as how you're getting me in a guest today. So yeah, but I worked at APW and it was a really good experience. Like the owner of APW, his name is Sun Wei.
Yes,
I
Sun
actually
Wei.
saw him like yesterday. We're still like we're still
I met
good
him
friends.
recently.
Yeah?
Yeah.
I love him. He's a great guy. Working with him at APW kind of made me realize what kind of skills I have in terms of the marketing arena.
Yeah.
Like I didn't know I had it in me, but working with him, I realized how something that is essentially nothing can be made into something that is quite profitable and completely different from what it originally was. So APW was a printing factory, it became a lifestyle center, event space, and now it's something completely different and it's gorgeous and it's
Have you been there recently?
yeah, I went there yesterday with my family.
What a change, right?
Yeah. But, you know, picking up the skills from APW, I was able to kind of hone in on what I thought I was good at. And I discovered, well, the one thing I'm really good at is convincing you to want something that you may not want in the first place, which is exactly what marketing is. Sounds like I'm a con woman. Low-key am, but this is what I'm good at. I'm sorry.
I'm convinced that she's so good at it. I don't even know what we're talking about.
I know, right? Like, what do I do for a living?
Actually,
right?
what do you freaking do for your living?
I'm in advertising.
Still. So you are doing your content stuff on top of your advertising work in Germany.
Yeah.
So now technically you're still on holiday or you still have to work?
I start working remotely today from 3 p.m. till 1 a.m. So kill me.
Wait, what time is it now in Germany? Berlin, right?
We're 7 hours ahead.
Oh.
Yeah. So working earlier and then ending earlier, no chance. Okay, it's not gonna happen.
God.
Yeah.
Okay. Also, congratulations on Days 100 Asia, Liz.
Thank
Holy
you.
shit.
Thank you.
Wait. How does it work? Do you know when it's out or you already knew before
they told me they can't just publish me without telling me.
Right.
So I got like, I think they reached out about 2 months ago. You know how awkward, like it was so bizarre because like I follow Dazed. I really love.
Yeah, we all do.
Yeah, honestly, you know, like I always preferred the like Asian direction of fashion magazines.
Yes.
Like Vogue Hong Kong and Vogue Korea, in my personal humble opinion, Vogue UK and America, don't cancel me. Which is way better, like visually
Just
more
different,
stunning. Yeah, so I follow all of them. And to suddenly, like I'm having lunch and then you see Days Korea blue tick message to you. I'm like, why, what happened? What I do? Like which oppa wants to talk to me?
Yeah.
Nobody. But they just wanted to feature me in the 100 list.
So cool.
Yeah, I was like, is it? I didn't know I had any kind of impact in Korea. Like I have seen like
specifically for Korea or
Korea and UK.
Whoa.
Yeah, but it's primarily for Korea, if I'm not mistaken.
That's freaking cool.
Yeah, I was like, am I that funny? I am, right? Guys.
No, dude, you're funny.
Thanks.
You're fucking funny.
And
I
need to
think
hear that.
We, as a friend who knows you personally from day one, right? From before you got into all of this, the growth is insane.
You think
know,
so?
Yes.
Thank
we all
you.
know how hard it is to freaking get followers on Instagram.
Oh, yeah.
Right? We all
Yeah.
know that, okay?
Yeah.
I think we met when we were both like 10
I thought you were going to say ugly or something. I was like, thanks, Maggie.
You're never ugly. What are you talking about?
You're ugly too.
But
Shut up.
to see that growth, and I can only imagine the amount of consistency you need to put in, because that's the thing people don't see. They see the numbers and that's all they see.
Yeah,
They see
yeah.
the laughs, but they
Yeah.
don't see the behind the scenes.
Yeah, exactly. I think one thing worth pointing out though is that I was a social media specialist before I became a social media influencer. So
you know the ins and outs.
I know the strategy that works, essentially. So before that, I've worked with Cara Delevingne, with Khloe Kardashian, because I work for a company called Zalando, which is the European Zalora. So there was Zalando and then there was Zalora. So they came from the same people, I think. Don't quote me on that one. So I worked for them as a social media specialist there. And this was just all that I did was working on essentially the strategy and the output of the content for them. And then I moved into advertising, and it kind of like, it's the same thing in a way, larger scale and bigger clients and bigger people that you're working with and higher stakes. So when I was essentially notified, it was like, Timur, get famous right now. I'm like, why? They're like, you just have to do it. I'm like, okay.
By who?
My acting agency. So there's that too. So there is the day job advertising, and then there is
the acting.
And then there is being an influencer. So all that at the same time. I get no sleep. But basically, you know, acting agents are like, if you cannot get famous through a role, because fame is really important in terms of like your like the demand for you to actually be cast in anything, then get famous in advance. So how am I supposed to do that? Like what? Like you know, like we were talking earlier about skills, right? Like what skill do I have that I can leverage to gain fame? And I realized none that are that unique. You know, like I consider myself pretty cute, but not that cute, not competitively attractive. I, you know, like I can sing, but I'm not unique in any way in terms of a singer. So I'm like, okay, I can't really leverage that either. So I didn't know what to do. And I thought, why not just try. Just be myself, uncensored.
Yeah.
And I do think that, without trying to toot my own horn, I do think that that is actually a unique aspect of myself.
Because only you can be you.
And I'm just so great, right?
Yes, you are.
Thanks. Okay. So that was like the angle, right? If I can just like say what I want to say without the fear of getting canceled or offending anybody, because at the end of the day, I don't discriminate, okay? I will offend everybody, which is why I think I'm fair. And the thing is, it's like pretty well accepted. Yeah. So, you know, and I tweaked that to basically, I started very like a multi-character skits, very Malaysian. But then I was like, okay, I'm doing Malaysian content, but I'm not in Malaysia.
Yes.
So it's very difficult to kind of keep things really updated, you know? So I was like, okay, I need to reach out to a more international crew, and I targeted more Singapore, Thailand, South Korea, Japan. Japan I completely failed.
Still Southeast Asia.
Southeast and East.
Yeah.
But what happened instead was I got a lot of South Asia and East Asia, more so than Southeast Asia. And then when I started tapping into them, I understood what their appetite was, like what they're looking for. When I fed that appetite, I found a new appetite from a new target group, which is UK, US. Yeah. So everything was highly strategic. I kept tweaking until I was at the stage where like every 2 posts or 3 posts, at least 1 million views. Yeah. So that's something that I continuously work on. It looks very simple because I'm always just like on the camera, but it's a lot of thinking.
Yeah.
Smart guys.
How long does it take to write a script?
Sometimes 30 flat seconds. Sometimes. If I see something and I'm like, oh my God, this is a good piece, but I can make it better. And then it becomes a 30-second thing. Sometimes I pour over an idea for like a week or two. And it's a case of like fine tuning it, because sometimes I film it and I'm like, that's not as funny as I thought it would be. And then I have to kind of rejig it, because what I don't want to do is copy paste.
Yeah, for sure.
I can copy. That's very normal. I think everyone kind of copies to some degree, but the paste has to be unique enough so you recognize I'm top of mind when you think of that type of content. Yeah. So, yeah.
And how long do you think you've been doing this specifically, like this kind of content? A year, 2 years?
I got 2 years.
Got 2 years?
Yeah, I got 2 years, I think.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
It's really paying off. It's crazy. Like, it's becoming you. Like, you're owning this genre in some sense.
Do I?
Yeah.
Good. I'll take that. Let it be known. I'm owning the genre according to Maggie. You heard it here first.
I said it.
You heard it here first.
Well, if there's anything that I do love also is all the characters that you play, especially Mom.
My mom doesn't like it, but okay.
Yeah. I need to ask, does Mama Gabriel like, is she okay with you making fun?
Honestly, I'll post something, right? And it always like pokes at the Asian mom stereotype, but obviously the inspiration's pretty real. And she's like, I'm not like that. What do you mean? I'm never like that. I'm not like that. And I'm like, Ma, you know, siapa makan chili rasa pedas. You know what I'm saying? So, like, she never gets mad or anything, but she's like, that's not me. I'm like, yeah.
Sorry, auntie. But we love you, auntie.
Yeah, we're fans. Yeah, like she gets like I just drag her into videos sometimes as well.
And she's cool with it.
Sometimes she doesn't know. What's she gonna do? Sue me? Love you, Ma.
So who's funnier, you or your mom?
My mom.
Really?
My mom's funnier.
Really?
I think so.
Oh
I think so. If she was in front of the camera more often, it's different. I'm like trying to be funny. She just is funny.
Oh, I love that.
That's the difference.
I love that.
Yeah.
I love that.
She doesn't know that she's as funny as she actually is.
Oh, she'll be so happy right now listening to this.
Nah. She'll think I'm talking like shit about her. Low-key am. Low-key.
Oh, dude, like I think you've always been this funny person that I know, and now it's just that now everyone else knows too. I'm sure all your closest friends know how funny you are and how crack and crazy.
None of them think I'm funny. That's the best part. They're like, Timur, you're ugly and you're like not funny. Can you stop doing all that? I'm like, oh, okay.
I can hear that from Mark. I can hear Mark's voice.
Oh yeah, yeah. It's the best friends, but that's how you know they mean well.
For sure.
You know, the best friends are just there to roast me and keep me grounded.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
But yeah, how's your relationship with your mom like?
Oh, honestly,
growing
up, it was a bit more turbulent, right? Because I didn't have the most comfortable upbringing because of my parents' divorce. And things were made quite difficult for my mom. It was very chaotic. It was very turbulent. And I view it this way. If your parent is having a very difficult time and they're in a situation where they have to struggle and they're fighting for their lives, not just to protect themselves, but you as well, you're going to feel at least a solid 60% of what your mom's feeling. So during that time, the relationship wasn't that great. You know, there are a lot of insecurities in everyone's parts. And I think neither of us were in the most psychologically stable position, nor were we in a conducive environment to be thriving psychologically because, you know, there were people doing everything they can essentially to make things hard for us. I felt it, she felt it. So when we're both suffering for the same reason, but our suffering is kind of like still individual, you get what I mean? Like it comes from the same place, but it's impacting us differently.
Experienced differently, but same source.
But it's this exact same source. So how are we supposed to have this wonderful, beautiful, giggle, gaggle, hee hee ha ha relationship? It was so difficult. But we have now reached a point where, we don't have to suffer. You know, like we grew up pretty poor. Like we were not comfortable. Like directly after the divorce, we were like in this kind of like low budget flat with like, I think 1 or 2 bedrooms. I had to sleep with my mom and my brother in the same room, and there were like buckets everywhere in the house because it's just dripping everywhere, it's leaking. But now we're very comfortable. You know, I've worked incredibly hard. I'm so tired, guys, but I worked hard. And now like I just bought a house.
Oh, congratulations.
Thank you.
Here?
Yeah, in KL.
Oh, yeah.
So my mom is going to move in with me, actually.
Amazing.
So now we're at the stage where we get to be very happy.
Yeah.
I at some point, I don't know when, but at some point, I came back, I looked at my mom and I was like, I don't know her. Like, this is a different person. You know, I think it comes from finding happiness in yourself rather than waiting for it to come from other people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thanks for sharing, by the way.
No problem.
Yeah. I don't think I've told you this also because I don't think we were that close, right? But I also grew up with a single mom.
Oh.
With an asshole dad.
Oh, yeah.
So I feel like that's something that, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to call yours an asshole. But
you can say it twice.
I'm sorry.
Asshole squared.
Mine was not a great dad, right? So I grew up, I'm sure it's different in experience, but like, quite similar in some sense.
Yeah.
So I kind of know what it's like growing up with a single mom because my mom had to be both my mom and dad. And I remember this post you shared a while ago. May I share it?
Yeah.
So you said, Happy Father's Day to the woman who single-handedly raised my brother and I. We had many downs, but many ups too. Although it's taking a bit of time, I hope I can come back and give you the comfortable and happy life you should have always had. I can only imagine how difficult it must have been to be both mom and dad, but I'm sure it was worth it because I'm great.
I'm just so unserious, guys. I bet you thought it was a sappy post. Nope, I was joking.
Ended on a high. But yeah, I think if anything, I feel like I could totally relate to that in so many ways and so many levels. But now that hearing you buying a house for your mom, I feel like we've come full circle. Full circle, girl.
Full circle. It's, like, for me, it's like this. You had everything taken away from you. You know Maslow's hierarchy of needs?
Yes.
It's like hierarchy of needs. After food is shelter, right? Food is a basic thing to survive. Then you've got shelter. And that was taken away from you so rapidly, And I just wanted to give it back. Someone took it away. Someone you trusted took it away. I'm your kin. I'm going to give it back to you. It's going to be my name. The house is in my name. Let's not go too far. But she gets to be in there and not pay rent. So yeah.
Oh, Mom gets to live a good life. But okay, what about growing up that you remember the most of your mom navigating this life called motherhood by herself? When did it hit you that, oh shit, mom's doing it all by herself?
I only appreciated it much later.
Oh yeah.
I'm not dumb. I'm a kid. I'm not dumb. I saw it. But, as a child, and I think generally as a person, we have this thing called the selfish gene, right? I'm the only one suffering. My life is so difficult. I don't care if you're suffering. I am suffering.
Yeah.
That was my mindset.
Yeah.
Probably up to about 24 years old. Genuinely.
Oh, wow.
Late. It got better and better over time. But this self-centeredness and this case of the world revolves around me, I'm the only one struggling. If I have to suffer, you suffer too. It lasted a long time. And I'm not proud of it at all. I'm very ashamed of it, actually. But I always saw it because my mom, the one thing she never did was make me feel unloved. There were moments of, chaos and turbulence, but I never felt like my mom didn't love me, so that was always there. But I think she comes from a background where she was lacking a lot of love. She's one of 7 children from my grandma.
Oh, wow.
And my grandma, fabulous grandma to me, crap grandma to the other grandkids. I'm actually everyone's favorite. That's why. Sorry, it's a segue.
She has to throw
I
it in.
just had to. I told you the world revolves around me, okay? And then, but she was also not a good mom. She was.
She was not a good mom to your mom, you mean?
Oh, well, the whole clan of
Right.
the Gabriel kids, essentially. And I think this is my observation. I just think my mom didn't get the love that she needed. The basic level that a child needs to be able to grow up to be a functioning adult. She didn't have it, you know, and it becomes a lot worse when you get children because you have to give them the love, but you're still not recovering from this lack of love. And, you know, with my dad, he should have been a lot more... He's crap, all right? Okay, should be more decent. He should have been more decent, you know, and he wasn't. You know, if you meet a new girl, a new little young kid, she was an adult, but 24, I think, when they met. If you fall in love with her, you wanna leave, and that's common enough to be like, yeah, okay, I saw that coming. But everything he did after that was just kind of freaking cruel.
Yeah.
So that made it hard for my mom. And I don't know if that has anything to do with it, but you know, later she still looked for love for a while.
Yeah.
She still looked for love. And unfortunately, just about every candidate could compete with my dad in terms of crapness.
Oh, man.
Just about all of them.
Do you reckon it's because, you know how they say you're so conditioned to be used to this kind of love, then you keep looking for the same kind?
No, actually, no. I think it's because she never knew at all what a good love looks like, that she couldn't identify it when she was looking for it. It's like, I want love. Oh, this kind of looks like it. So it's kind of like this, right? Okay, let's say you're guy A, the first guy I'm ever with, and you're physically abusive, right? But guy B, I went from A to 2. Guy B is not physically abusive. He's verbally abusive, but he's not physically abusive. He must be the good guy.
Because it feels different?
Yeah, because he's not physically abusive.
Yeah.
So that was the thing I identified in guy 1. But because it's missing from guy 2, you ignore the other faults.
Yeah.
Because he's missing the key fault that existed in guy 1. So if you just don't know what good love looks like, what a healthy relationship looks like, what a decent human being, adult looks like, how are you supposed to know?
Yeah.
Most of us get the good guy by luck.
Oh,
you know?
yeah.
So,
100%.
Yeah.
It sucks that the first most important male figure in our lives happened to be a not great one. You know, like, it's true. Like, for me, it manifested in so many other facets of my life. Like, for the longest time, I was just dating assholes as well. And you're right. I couldn't identify the red flags because, like, each and every relationship is different, and the red flags just look
They keep changing. It's different shades of red. Like sometimes
different shades of red. I'm like, oh,
yeah. Sometimes the red looks really pink, you know.
Yeah, and then
so
this
you
one
think,
look a
wow,
bit
so
like
nice.
maroon. Like, oh wait, is this red? Oh wait, what? This one looks a bit purple, but actually became red at the end of the day. Like,
And sometimes you're like, I love red out of nowhere, and it's like, oh no, girl, it's still a red flag. So that happens.
So yeah, I guess. Yeah, we have to address the elephant in the room, your relationship with your father, if that's okay. I feel like it's also all over the news. People talk about it so much.
Yeah.
But like, how are you feeling about it?
Honestly, like,
I know you're very candid about it, but deep down, how does it affect you?
embarrassed. I have to say, more than anything else, I feel so freaking ashamed because it's like, I'm ashamed to be associated with someone who does stuff like that, to be honest. Because let's put it this way, right? I've always had my dad's phone number. He always had mine.
Yep.
Even my German one. And the thing, and I mean, if anyone wants receipts, DM me. I got them, right? And it's always a case of, oh, I can never reach out to Timur. And there are pihak that are stopping us from communicating. Guess who's talking about? My mom. You know, that's my allegedly. That is the assumption I'm making because, you know, growing up, it was always a mom against dad situation. Mom against dad. It's a versus situation.
That was the
Pick
narrative
one.
given to you.
Yeah.
By who?
I mean, kind of both, a little bit.
Okay.
But my dad was. So there's one time, I think my mom called him or something. This is like early on in the divorce, maybe like the first year or two.
Dah divorce or belum?
Divorce already. Actually, I don't know when they legally properly were done, but like a year or two after that, I was going to his like apartment in Bukit Terabangsa when he was staying with the new girl. And I was there, whatever, the new girl. I was there and I think my mom called him. And then he was just not happy. He was like snapping at her, passes the phone to me because I think she wanted to speak to me, or I may have asked him, can I talk to mama? I was like 8 or 9 years old. My memory's pretty freaking sharp. I did Kumon, guys. My memory, don't mess with the Kumon brain. And the phone said, bitch.
Huh? Oh, he saved you. Oh, fuck.
I mean, if you really hate her, that's fine. But you're passing the phone to your child.
Daughter. Oh,
that was actually the first time I saw the word. I learned the word bitch from this because I went back to my mom and I was like, Ma, does bitch mean like lady, or like does it mean like a mother of a child, or what does it mean? And she was like, why? Where'd you learn that word? And I told her.
Oh man.
So, and that's just like the tip of the iceberg. The thing that I'm ashamed of is this guy, from my personal opinion, based on the experiences and lack of that I've had with him, has no interest in me. He doesn't call me. He doesn't wish me happy birthday. He doesn't wish me Selamat Hari Raya. When I ask him anything, he goes, do you pray? And I'm like, how are you? How about when's the last time you went to the hospital? How about what do you do for a living? How were your grades? Yeah. Are you seeing anyone? Nothing. Just
if he did all of that, would that have changed your perspective towards him even a little bit? Like
in
if
what
he
sense?
tried to be a dad that checks in after all the shit that has happened.
If it felt genuine, if it felt like he wasn't just doing it for show, then I'd be more willing to have some sort of relationship with him. But because he doesn't, it's like you're asking me, like, I mean, Timur, like, what if you had big boobs? I don't have big boobs. I don't know.
Yeah.
I haven't experienced that.
May I give some context to some of our healers? I call my listeners healers, by the way, just in case you don't know. But yeah, some healers as to, I think a lot of complicated daughter-parent relationship, a lot of them are private like mine. But yours is a little bit different because it's being spotlighted because your father is a public figure.
Yeah.
And that's even harder.
Yeah.
He is someone with fame and stuff. And people talk about him even until today. How has that impacted the way you choose what you want to do with life? Do you feel like, oh, I don't want to do exact same thing that he did?
It's one of the reasons why I'm not a singer.
One of the reasons why?
That I'm not a singer. That I never tried to be a singer.
Even though you can sing.
I can sing. I'm not him. He's a very good singer.
Oh,
he's decades of singing. I'm just like in the shower, but it's there. I can sing. I don't even have his name.
Yeah, I noticed that.
I won't even use it. Like, because I want to be clear about this, right? Whatever success I've achieved, I have never leveraged him once. I could.
You could have, but you didn't.
I could. Never. The only time I used his name for anything was when I needed my passport renewed ASAP. I was like, hi, I'm Anak Datuk. Is there a special line? That was a one time I did that, okay? Otherwise, I never used him to gain success. I did everything from scratch. Really from scratch.
That's admirable. All right, healers. I want to tell you something. I never really used to care much about supplements, but each time I go for my body checkup, it always comes back with, okay, Maggie, you need more omega-3, 6, and also vitamin B, C, D, E, F, G. And honestly, it can get a little overwhelming, which is why BHB has been my go-to whenever I need my nutrient supply. Established in 2003, BHB has been on a journey to raise health awareness, and they do have some of the best selections of supplements from trusted brands around the world. Now, one of them is Udo's Choice Udo Oil from Canada. It's a great source of omega-3 and 6 that's important to help reduce your LDL cholesterol. Google it up if you don't know what it is. Increase your metabolic rate and just overall health. Now, another supplement that I take is the Salus Asprasad. This one's for vitamin A, D, E, C, B1, B2, B3, and B6, and also Selenium for calcium, magnesium, vitamin D, and zinc. Now, I think what sets them apart from everyone else is their service. You can also consult consult your dietitian to find out what's best for you. And you can find out more on bhbhealth.com. And especially for my healers, because I love y'all and I want y'all to live a long and healthy life, I managed to request for a very special discount code for you, okay? Use code HOH4BHB. It's HOHFORBHB, B for boy, and enjoy 20 ringgit off your next purchase. First come, first serve, because it's only valid for the first 200 customers.
If I was a parent and I really cared about my kid, and I'm like, oh man, she's too sexy. Like it's wrong. Like I want her to be more caring about religion. If that was the case for me, I would have been like, Maggie, I've been seeing your posts on Instagram. It's a little bit too much chest. You're having tattoos and stuff. You know, it's against the religion, right? I think this is the right path for you. No, not once, okay? Not once. Not once. It's just
and it's
the media.
things you read it on the media. You have to read it through the media.
No, I find out about it. I read it once, I don't read it again. Sometimes I read the comments to try to get an idea of the sentiment. And that's the thing. The sentiment initially was that Timur's in the wrong, Dad's in the right. But there's just something really transparent about a parent who consistently hangs out the dirty laundry of their own offspring on public media. That was grammatically really weird. I tried really hard there, but you know what I'm saying. So at some point, the most recent drama happened a couple of months ago maybe. At that point, when I started reading the comments, they realized it's giving toxic dad.
Yeah.
I mean, he did it himself. Like I never responded. I had no response post, nothing. I didn't release a diss track. I didn't, right? So yeah.
Wait, there's a diss track?
No, I'm just saying I could have.
Oh,
I could have pulled the Eminem route, and I didn't. I was like, okay, like, you want to talk.
Yeah.
But you know, I actually sent him a message. Like after that last piece came out, I got sick of it because it's just, wow, he's so blatantly lying.
Yeah.
Like I cannot reach Timur. There are people in the way. Like we can never have a relationship because it's just like the people are gonna stop us from having a relationship. Like who the hell is stopping anyone?
Yeah.
Just like, hello, how are you? Nothing. You know? And I was so sick of it. I was like, okay. And he started saying things that could be a little bit damaging, but were lies. If truth, okay lah, you know? I'm like, okay, I did that. Okay, I'm sorry. No, they were lies.
Yeah.
I sent him a little paragraph. I'm like,
I saw that comment somewhere. It was
really?
one of the article. I think they screenshotted it.
Oh,
I had to do
really?
some research. So
oh my God, you saw it. I didn't see it.
I think it was a long comment that you dropped.
Oh no,
Not
I
that one?
DM'd him.
Oh, okay.
Like
Yeah,
as in
I'm
like
not
I
sure.
texted him because we actually do have each other. I got blue ticked, but whatever. I basically said, hey, sup bro?
Do you really what's up bro him?
I may have, to be
shit, I
honest.
love
It's
it.
how I
Okay.
talk to everybody, including my own parents. It's not like he raised me. So I basically said, I don't know if you think like, okay, I'm paraphrasing myself here,
sure.
right? So I can't sue me unless I want to. So I essentially said, hey, how's it going? Like, hope you're doing good. Just, you know, I know the divorce happened when I was in the single digits. I was like 6, 7.
Yeah.
But I my memory was forming and I can remember things. And I remembered everything. I saw everything. You brought me to certain places to meet certain people. You did things in certain rooms where I'm in the same bed. And there are many traumatic things that you put me through. I didn't specify exactly, like 1, 2 things I specified. I remember, so I don't know if you think I just forgot or if you think I'm scared of you and wouldn't say anything if you carried on. But if you keep going, sir, I am your daughter. If you can do it, I can do it too. And he just blue ticked me.
That was the last conversation.
I'm nice until I don't want to be nice, guys.
Well, sometimes you don't need to be nice.
No,
Let's be
exactly.
real.
I
I've
think
yelled
that-
at my dad before and said, are you not ashamed of yourself? I've said that to him before. It was difficult.
What do you say?
And it's like, how dare you speak to me like that? Well, you didn't raise me. I said the same
good,
thing.
good.
I really did. And that was the one time.
I like that.
I did one time. I'm a bit of a scaredy cat. I'm not as daring as you are. But that time, I just lost it.
You know why I'm not as scared as him? As scared of him as I think you'd be of your dad?
Why?
He's shorter than me.
Oh, wait, fuck it all.
He's shorter than me. And I'm already short.
I'm sorry, but
If he wants to yell at me, he'd be like, Timur! I'm like, what? So,
it reminded me of that Willy Wonka show that
Oh, Oompa Loompas? Honestly, I could see the inspo.
You see how he's
I
like
could
trying to
see
yell
the
that-
inspo.
What are you saying?
What do you think? How dare you go pray? I'm like, you go pray.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Well, you know, having said that, I mean, thanks for sharing whatever you've just shared. I think it's a lot, and you still take it with so much grace and still can laugh about it. I think that's really the way we have to live life. You know, can't let it bring us down.
Yeah.
Really.
No, because there's shitty dads and shitty men everywhere. You're just gonna navigate. Like Charlie Chaplin, the guy who looks a bit like I don't know, a Nazi. I don't know why, but Charlie Chaplin once said, "Life life in long shot is a comedy, but a tragedy in close up."
Oh yeah, cannot agree more.
Yeah, so that's my view on things.
Since we're on the topic of toxic men, have you ever been in toxic relationship with men?
Oh yeah.
Oh, can you tell us some
Like
stories?
they were just like all toxic.
Huh? Really?
Yeah, the same thing that I think my mom went through. You know, when you don't know what looks good,
That's true.
you just go after the shite ones. And oh yeah, like when I was in school, like in high school.
You were still in Malaysia at the time.
Yeah, yeah. I dated like the greatest psycho known to mankind. Like he was actually a nutcase, but he was being like, I don't know if he's aware of this, but he was 100% emotionally being abused by his mom. Like he told me, so this is alleged, but he told me as a kid, if he's like crying, and you know, as a kid, you tend to vomit when you cry, right? That's like a thing. Vomits, the mom will scoop it up, make him eat it again. That's the punishment for you vomiting as you cry. So he was and if they
I'm
were
sorry,
like,
what? It actually happened to him?
well, that's what he said. That's what he
Could
said.
have made it up, but okay, fine. Let's just believe.
Yeah. I mean, if you see the way that he behaves,
gross.
but she was nuts.
Oh my God.
This is the thing, right? Everyone like, because I've had boyfriends and they were white. They were Caucasian.
Caucasian.
Right? Yeah, they put the cock in Caucasian. Sorry, I was not allowed to say that.
Big or not?
Like not worth talking about, essentially. But I actually, my type, I prefer like East Asian men.
Okay.
I was like, ooh, I like this Chinese basketball player. Ooh, handsome. But they don't like me. Usually, like in the beginning, I thought it was like I'm darker skin thing. But then that boyfriend of mine, he was Chinese, right?
Oh.
His mom hated me for being Malay. Hated. You know what she used to
Half
do?
funny, auntie, half funny.
No, yeah, I know, right? Like, come on, relax. Look at my mom. Like, ni hao. She would, like, in the, like, 3 a.m. I would get a phone call. She would call me and just go silent on the phone. Just be like,
What the fuck is wrong with her?
I don't know.
Like, how old were you again?
Oh my God, like 13, 14.
Oh my God.
Going
she's
up to
psychotic.
16.
Why would you do that to a kid?
I don't know. He was not allowed to see me. So for like the entire time in high school, he was sort of just like sneaking around. My mom would have to pick him up and send him back to his house because I was like, Mom, I'm in love. I love him so much. But he was abusive to me.
Yeah.
He was practically a kid and I was a kid. And he was still abusive at that age, you know? Emotionally. Physically, he like touching me is not really, it never really happened, but he found other ways to be violent. He punched a hole through one of the science lab doors in school. Yeah, he had this dumb thing in his mind. He thought that I'm dating all of my friends. So Timur was sleeping with all the boys. One of those boys was gay, right? And like, I'm like, what are you talking about, bro? And like, he's like, oh, Timur's just sleeping with all these boys. She is. So this one time what he did was, it was like close to exam period. You know how like in school, you keep your like textbooks under your table sometimes or in your locker? He took to like make a point to like warn the boys. He took the textbooks, all of them, from under this one guy's table and then threw them in the longkang at the LRT station. Because that'll make him fail or something.
Babi or what?
I know. Xiao. He could have just bought new books.
Which school did you go to?
Wesley Methodist.
Oh, sorry, I don't know where that is. I'm not from KL.
Sentul.
Sentul. Oh.
Yeah. So
What about
nuts. He's
adult
nuts.
relationship? Does it get crazier or?
Let me call my lawyer real
Papers down.
quick. I gotta look at my lawyer. Well, it was like teen into adult.
Okay.
That counts.
Yeah.
Because it was the weirdest one. I was dating this guy. So soon after, I nearly dropped the name. Beep. Soon after high school boy, I started dating, I think I was about 18 when I met this one. 18 until 2021, I dated this guy. And I consider that adulthood because my brain worked like an adult. It's the same then and now. Either I'm really immature now or I was really mature then. So you decide.
You're forced to grow up early if you go through whatever
That
you
is
just
true.
did, by the way.
That is
So,
true. Yeah. I was 30 by the time I was 8.
Yeah, so now you're 50 anyway.
But I look 21. Thank you guys. Thanks, guys. So this guy I dated. First of all, let's just preface. It's entirely my fault that I got myself in this freaking situation. You know why?
Why?
Because my best friend now, he used to date her and then cheated on her for some girl. And I knew this and I still went after him.
You went after him?
And then after that, I became best friends with that best friend I was talking about.
Oh, okay. But you guys weren't friends
Before,
yet.
no,
Okay
no,
lah,
no.
not
We
so
became-
bad.
we
If
knew
you
each other, but we weren't, like,
okay,
good
that's
friends,
not
yeah.
too bad. I thought you guys were already best friends.
Yeah, but
and
it's
you-
still toxic. If you know someone cheated on someone, why the hell would you?
That's true. That's
You know?
true. That's true.
So my fault, guys. But I got in there. He was never like abusive or anything like that. And you know what annoyed me about this guy? He's just so friendly and he's just so funny. He's so funny and he's just so funny that everyone liked him and didn't care that he kept cheating on me. Why? Because he's so funny. And I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna be famous and funny. Okay, let's go. That's got nothing to do with it. But yeah, he was just so like likable. Even my mom really liked him. He was so sweet.
Yeah.
But he, I mean, like in the first month, he was already cheating on me, and then he just kept going. And the thing is, he targeted my friends, the ones I'm close to.
What do you mean targeted your friends?
Like,
oh, you mean to cheat?
oh,
Oh, okay.
like that's
Holy-
really daring.
The fuck?
He thinks you're so good looking that they won't tell me, you know.
Good looking or not, at least.
Okay, good looking lah, but look at me. Okay. So and the girls that he was going after are better looking than him. So it's like if they turn you down, it's gonna be rapid and painful at the same time, and they're gonna tell me, is it worth it? I don't think so.
How did you find out?
They will tell me lah, because they're my friends.
I guess that's
fine.
life, right? Like you live while you're living it. Sometimes it feels like taking forever.
Oh
But
yeah.
when in retrospect you think back, that was pretty fun.
It's funny. Like for me, like, you know, I prefer to have an entertaining life. I would have zero jokes for any of you if I did have an entertaining life. You know, and it's been fun.
Have you done stand-up comedy?
No, Harith Iskandar was trying to get me to do it. I was like, sit
Yeah.
back down, sir. I ain't doing no stand-up.
Would you ever?
No.
Why? Okay,
There-
how's it different? Break it down for me. I don't know.
No take 2, no take 3, no editing.
Oh, so
I'm
you
not gonna
could
do
be
that.
there actually really
Yeah,
funny
if
on the
I,
spot.
if I mess up the joke, you got a team right here to fix up. I won't have just the crowd and me.
Do you know how many times we've already laughed while you're on this seat with us? So
I don't
something to
notice.
think
I'm
about.
just naturally funny.
That's why you could totally do it.
I got to do stand up, man. Like I don't think I can like work a crowd.
You never know.
I never know.
You never know.
I mean, if people want to pay to just see me on a stage and just like improv and just make conversation with them, I could do that.
Yeah.
But if they're paying to hear specific funnies,
Yeah.
that one I would not scam them.
Then put
like
a
that.
disclaimer. I don't know how funny I will be today.
Yeah.
I might not even be funny.
Yeah. I do that. You know, may fail. May fail.
Yeah, actually, that would be funny.
180 a ticket, may fail. I can do that.
But oh my god, yeah, I think maybe that I could totally imagine you doing that. But the one thing that got me really jealous actually is your ad with Lewis Hamilton.
My boy Lulu.
Lulu.
He would not recognize me. In the
Actually,
street.
question, was that really shot together or it was like shot separately? And
Why
then
does everyone keep asking me
I'm
that?
just
Like,
curious.
of course.
I'm just curious.
Everyone's like, it's CGI, it's green screen. No, we were in the same room.
Oh my
Hello.
god, how does he smell like?
Sports. He smells like petrol. No, I mean, it was like a 4 or 5 day shoot. We shot in Barcelona.
Where was it? Oh, Barcelona.
Everything shoots in Barcelona.
How
Like,
did that even happen? Before you go, I need to know.
I worked with the director's friend who was also a director on another project. That
Yeah.
movie is actually coming out, I don't know, next year, I think.
Ooh.
So I was in that movie. And then this guy, his name is Sinan, he directed the ad with Lewis Hamilton. He was looking for a character who could essentially represent IWC Schaffhausen, which is the watch brand, in this like cool way. But the tricky thing is the dialogue, it sounds a bit sexy.
Yeah.
He needed someone to be able to do it without it being sexy. So when I got the dialogue, at the time, I didn't know it was Lewis Hamilton. They said it's a huge celebrity, but they didn't say who. That I had to sign an NDA and everything.
Who did you have in mind? You didn't.
I was hoping it was like Park Seo Joon or something.
Do you like Park Seo Joon?
I know you were practically like kissing close to him. I know. Don't rub it in. I know.
I didn't know you like him too. He's cute.
I like all of them. If you're handsome, I like you.
Oh, you like your oppa. Okay,
I like
okay,
a good
okay,
oppa,
okay,
you know?
Okay, anyway.
So I didn't know who it was. But I knew upon seeing that after doing so many auditions, you can gauge what the intention is with the dialogue that you get. So I saw the script and I was like, oh, it's not meant to be sexy. I don't think Lewis would take this, right? Because I was Googling all of his ads, Lewis, like Hamilton's ads. And I was like, oh no, it's not Lewis Hamilton, IWC, all their ads. It never has this tone. I was like, okay, it cannot be sexy. So I played it more serious. Yeah. How I did it on screen, that was how I auditioned. Yeah. And I got the role.
Wow.
Like almost
right away.
Almost immediately. Wow. And then I found out who the celebrity was.
Were you excited or you're like, okay, Lulu?
I was like, oh, Park Seo Joon. Oh, Lewis Hamilton. Oh, fuck. Okay.
Not too bad. Yeah. I'm just kidding.
I mean, he's like Malaysia's national treasure and he's not Malaysian. Lewis Hamilton.
He really is.
You know,
everyone loves him. We all love him.
So I was like, oh my God. So I went, it was like I think we shot things separately and together. So, we had to save time because they arrived and then they had to leave because he and George Russell, the other racer who was in this, they had a race. Yeah. So they left and on their race day, I was filming all of my close-ups. So whenever you see me, like, it is just me on camera, I filmed that alone on that day. If you see him alone, it's him and me on set. Because I love Lewis, but he's not an actor. Yeah. So he needs like an eye line. Yeah. It's just easier if you're a non-actor. It's easier if you have the exact person there to know how you're going to behave with them. Whereas with an actor, you might not need it at all. You can get a tennis ball and a stick and you will know how to act already, Yeah. So I was there for those scenes and for our together scenes as well. Everything inside that Blade Runner looking diner, who's done amazingly by a incredible genius production designer called Christina Mames, by the way. She's incredible. She designed all that, but everything on the outside was CGI. Right. 100% CGI.
Well, it doesn't matter as long as he and you is not CGI. That's all we care about.
Yeah. We were real.
We were
like
real.
The little screen thing, not CGI, but we were real.
What an episode. I had so much fun listening to all your freaking stories. You're fucking funny, dude. Like,
you should get more comedians on here. I feel like that'll be a thing.
Really? I think the last episode we had last year, we had Ely, and she was funny. Crack. Have you met Ely?
I don't think so.
She's a radio announcer. Were you on radio ever?
Red FM.
Oh, dude, Red FM.
Yeah, I sucked.
No, you didn't.
I never picked up the phone because I was scared. You were a hit something, right? Fly? You're a fly. Yeah, I would just not pick up the phone. I will like pre-record everything and I'm just pressing play and the phone rings and I'm like, I don't know what button to press.
It is overwhelming, I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, there's so many buttons, dude.
Especially when you say, okay, call us 0312345678 right now.
I always
and then the phone starts ringing, but oh my God, which one do I pick up? Which one do I pick up?
Yeah, I could not deal with the stress.
Oh yeah.
Like after I left, I was like, never doing it again. I was gonna speak to my camera and post it on Instagram instead.
Well, that's just not your calling.
No, it's
you
not.
Found your calling. Acting. I feel like even though you're doing all this funny content, I feel like a lot of them, they bring you back to your core, that is acting.
Yeah, that's the passion.
You put up, you're playing a role, you're playing a character. It's not easy. It's not just making people laugh. I feel like so much thought goes into it. Yeah,
that's a lot. I mean, actually, I rarely audition for comedic roles.
Would you want to? I've not seen you act like serious roles before. When is your next movie coming out?
Next year.
When?
Next year.
Technically this year. This is coming out
in
2025.
Okay. So this year.
Really? Which month? I'm putting in my calendar.
I don't know. Like, I don't know because the director called me recently to talk to me about distribution. So I don't know exactly when it's coming out.
Wait, can you tell us a little bit about what it's about?
Yeah. So basically it's a story about I don't know if I can drop names.
Okay, but
so I won't drop the name, but it's about this woman in the US who used to be a prostitute, and she had a very difficult, very, very hectic, violent life, frankly speaking. She was not in an easy position at all, and she had to fight through everything virtually on her own. And she wrote a book about this and she had a TED talk about it, and the director and writer bought the rights to the story and wrote the film. And the character that I'm playing is semi-fictional, so it's not someone who actually existed. She had this friend when she was a pole dancer, and I don't think the director wrote this character exactly as per that friend. I don't think she even remembers that friend perfectly, but that's the character that I play. It's a small role.
Still a role.
Yeah, it's a very cool project.
Yeah.
Like it was filmed years ago as well. 3
Really?
years ago. Like years ago.
Is it how it always is? Like a movie we see today is probably filmed like 5 years ago.
Well, the thing is, some movies, they film it 1 year, next summer it comes out.
Yeah.
Some it takes 5 years.
Why?
It's the funding issues, you know, like sometimes you shoot something, but then something significant happens in like current affairs, then you have to reshoot something.
Right.
You know, or if you're shooting something and then one of the characters got cancelled, you're going to reshoot that.
Oh, dang.
Sometimes distributors change.
Yeah.
You know, someone bought the rights and then they drop it and the person wants it. So it's very complicated.
Yeah. I'm enjoying this road to Hollywood. Like,
Me too. Like it's
for
taking too
you.
long.
No, girl, I feel like it's happening so soon. Like
It
I can
has
feel
to.
it. I can
It
feel it
has
coming.
to.
I can feel it coming.
He
And
needs
the
to.
next time we might not even be able to get her on this seat.
I'll be
I have
so
to go through
expensive.
her agents and shit and like, you know. Oh, we've got a question from our producer.
Yeah.
I feel like you're a very strategic person. You mentioned earlier that even before you started doing your skits online on Instagram and TikTok, that your agent told you that you had to be famous. And was it from you that the idea that, okay, I'm gonna make this persona or this you mentioned it's really you, but was it very conscious how you wanted it to play out, your rise in the past 2 years and also your goal towards Hollywood? How do you think and plan about all of that in like the long-term game of your life? Because you've had so much adventure, you've had so many hats and roles. So how do you like do you have a vision of how it's supposed to play out in the end?
It's a press conference right now.
Here's the conference. You're next. There's no one there, but you're next. Yes, nothing so far in my life has happened by accident. Everything is as intended. Sometimes things go wrong, but I need to know what the goal is to know if it's going wrong, you know? So I have the greater goal, which is to be an actor. But I have some control of that. I don't have control of the obstacles, you know? So I can work around some of the obstacles. And there are a couple of things that happen that are really annoying. Like I used to be about 12 kilos heavier, right? And I lost weight as instructed by some people. I lost the weight and I immediately got roles. So I knew, okay, you can be body positive if you're famous. If you're not, then you're gonna be skinny.
No one's gonna listen to you.
It's obvious what the rules are, you know? So I lost the weight and I got all the roles. Okay, there's some obstacles I can kind of work around, but not others. So by my books, I should have been an actor by last year. Like I should have broken
Right.
through by last year, but I didn't hit the target. But it's fine.
What's the target?
Breakthrough.
Yeah, like a big role? Or like an amount of followers on Instagram? Yeah, what?
I'll tell you some of the most recent auditions that I auditioned for that will give you an idea of what a breakthrough looks like.
Okay, tell me.
Right? Okay, what does my NDA say? Can I say it?
Yeah. You think
We'll
about
see,
what you
we'll
can
see.
say.
Yeah. Okay, so Expendables 4. Expendables 4
Okay.
with what are the actors' name again? Jason Statham, all the Sylvester Stallone.
Yeah.
That's a big one.
Yeah.
They're
So
all big.
A-listers.
Okay, yeah. So yeah, I'm not the key character, but in one of those supporting characters, right? There's that. I did One Piece, audition for that. There's a new thing with Jimmy Carr, the comedian. He wrote a series. I auditioned a few times for that. It's called Fact and Paul. That's going to come out, I guess, next year. And Bridgerton, for the lead role that went to the Korean girl.
You actually auditioned for that?
I auditioned multiple times.
Can we
for that
say,
one.
can we put this on? You check first.
I checked
Go
first.
back and check.
I think it's okay to say I auditioned for it.
Yeah, you auditioned because
Yeah.
it's finished
I
already.
auditioned for it. Yeah, I didn't.
You auditioned for Bridgerton!
Yeah.
Dude, that's big. That's
Yeah.
big. That's big.
But that's not even the biggest thing. You know, so this is what I mean by a breakthrough. It's the thing that will. It's the thing where you stop auditioning, you get offered roles.
right, so that would be the breakthrough.
Is the breakthrough. That's what a breakthrough
that
looks
you
like.
no longer have to walk into a room. They're like, I want Timur Gabriel for this role.
Yeah, it'd be like, okay, I want either Timur or Emma Stone. Can we get it both in the room and see who's better at it? That's a breakthrough.
Right.
Yeah.
Dude, but Bridgerton, how was the audition with Bridgerton? Can you share?
I know. I don't think so.
Okay, but
I don't
oh
think
my
I can say. I can't say anything about that actually because
Yeah.
it's so recent. Yeah.
yeah, okay.
So-
dude, that's so cool. But we wish you all the best.
Thanks.
And I think you are a hella smart, intelligent, strategic, intentional person that you know exactly what you're doing. And I hope the things that you want will come to fruition.
Thank you. I'm also...
And we'll be here cheering, man. We're like, yeah, that girl came on our podcast, bitch.
You know what? I'll make a promise if I make it.
Yeah.
If I make it...
Yeah, come back, right?
I will come back.
Guys, you heard it right.
I will come back.
Y'all heard it. Okay, cool.
No appearance fees. For free.
No time limit.
Yeah, no time limit. 4 hours also can. I'll be here.
I'll fly to you.
Yes,
I'll
exactly.
fly to LA. You know what? The next
pay for yourself,
yes,
but
I
you
pay
can come to
myself.
LA.
I'll come. Okay, you give me a slot. That's all I need.
Can. No problem. No problem.
Okay, so before we end, we always ask this to all our guests. 3 questions. Number 1, what are you currently head over heels for?
Myself.
Oh yeah.
I'm joking. I'm actually only a little bit joking. I'm head over heels for, I don't know if this may sound a little bit obnoxious, but honestly, like how far I've come.
Oh yeah.
I'm head over heels for the perseverance, because let me tell you, I wanted to quit so many times. I wanted to quit earlier today. Like I'm always tired.
Yeah.
I'm always like, it's not happening fast enough, because I tend to be a bit greedy. I want more than what I'm getting. When I get, the issue with me is I achieve something and it's like, oh yeah, whatever, next. So I don't spend enough time being grateful for what I managed to achieve. It just happens and I'm like, okay, next thing, So I need to be a bit more, have a bit more gratitude and sit and meditate on the things that I've worked really hard for and managed to miraculously achieve whilst working on the next thing, So head over heels right now for the perseverance, because it has been very
Happy for you.
tiring.
Second question is, what is the best or worst advice you've ever had? You could give us both.
Marry a rich man.
Oh my God.
Marry a rich man? Both.
Best. It's both best and worst.
It's both. Like, I really want to marry a rich man and retire, but I also know they're not reliable. So yeah.
So you be the rich man.
No, I'll just be the mistress. Then I can step out. I'll run a little cafe and be a mistress,
Oh yes. Okay. Is that all? For real? Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. Love it. Love it. Last question. Okay. How do you want to be remembered?
As someone that makes you happy, someone who can make you smile,
Yeah.
like someone that you're comfortable being around. Like this is something that's for like my friends.
Yeah.
Like if I die or something like that, I just want them to remember, okay, well, she was someone that I could be honest with. She was someone that I could be raw with. When I told her something, even though she's always opinionated and judgmental, I still felt like I could that I truly had a friend.
Yeah.
I want to be known as a good friend. And to my mom, I want to be known as a good daughter, someone that she can be proud of. And to my brother, a good sister.
Amazing. And I'm sure you already are for them.
And to my followers, beautiful, hot, beautiful, funny. Hot. That's it.
You have to say it twice. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Otherwise, it's not true. Yeah. But Timur Gabriel. I never say your full name before. It's so weird. But,
It's a cool name, right?
Yeah, it's fucking
Like,
cool,
it's a cool
dude.
name.
It's a cool name. Where you come from?
Bangsa. Oh, the name. Yeah, Timur. My mom was such a hippie. She was like, when I was pregnant, if you were a girl, it would have been Timur with a U. A boy, Timur with an O. Huh? And I'm like, shut up. So, what a hippie.
I love it.
It was Timur or Crystal.
Timur was better.
I know.
No, thanks.
I'm a Timur.
Timur.
Yeah.
Timur is so you. Like, I don't know any other Timurs in this world.
There's actually a Russian Timur girl that I heard of.
Really? Like actress?
No. Like she's like a girl. Like she just bumped into me one day and said, "Hi, my name is Timur as well." And I'm like, whatever.
Wait, do you get stopped all the time?
Not all the time, but I get stopped.
Where, more in Malaysia or back home in Berlin?
The most I got stopped was in Amsterdam, actually.
No way.
Yeah, a lot of Indonesian followers in Amsterdam who live there.
Right.
So I get stopped there a lot. Airports, I get stopped a lot. It's very awkward because I can't afford to fly anything but economy, and I'm like, shit. You're everywhere.
You're walking with them into economy.
Yeah, I'm like, oh, sorry. Like, I lied, guys. I'm poor. So, yeah. And I think, like, on streets, I get looked at a lot.
Yeah.
And people, like, talk about me like as if I'm not there. Like, isn't that girl the loud one, the nasi lemak one, isn't that her? And I'm like, I'm right next to you. So that happens. Sometimes I take pictures and stuff, but not all the time.
Okay, so I'm sure those of them watching this would eventually, hopefully one day bump into you. Would you be okay for them to approach you?
Depends on how good I look at the moment. If I'm not wearing makeup, get the fuck away from me. Like, no. If you see like, oh, okay, her hair is on fleek, or like her makeup's good, come. If I look like shit, I'm gonna be so upset.
Yeah. Otherwise, don't walk close.
I'll be like,
don't come close.
Get out of my space.
Well, that was so fun. Thank you so much for your time, girl, and all the best. And I won't see you till your next trip back because I'm flying and you're going back.
Yeah, we're busy, man. We're busy. So
yeah, and I'll catch you soon. I'll call you when I'm in Berlin.
Yeah, do that.
Yeah.
Do that.
Okay.
Make it happen. We're gonna take you to the nude club.
Oh my god.
I'm not gonna go in, but I'll let you in. I don't let me naked. I'll be like, this is my friend Maggie. Take her. I'll order you Uber.
Sounds good. Well, with that, like I always say, don't forget to fall head over heels for yourself first and always. And we'll see you guys next time. Bye.
Pew.